It's Pink Day, as you can see by the new look of the show over here. Of course, I've tried to change everything to obviously support the Pink Day. Pink Day ODI is one of the biggest days in South African cricket, I mean, in our history. It's something that we all know and respect, and what we all know and love. Um, we're going to be discussing this particular Pink Day. We're going to be talking about the importance of Pink Day and the importance of it to all of us as fans, as well as to the amazing cause that they're obviously also thinking about or representing. So this is our show about Pink Day ODI. It's a very important match for South Africa. It's a must-win game for South Africa to try and qualify for those points, those Super League points. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things that I'd love you guys to please do. First and foremost, I'd like you guys to please subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, and share. And also, download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. You can also help us promote and grow South African cricket by becoming a patron today. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. And what I also like you guys to please do is go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to discussing this all with you. A very good morning and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your preview show for the Pink ODI. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with the clash between South Africa and the Netherlands. It's the third ODI. I know you guys weren't sure about that, but I've explained to it on yesterday's show why this is the third ODI, even though it's the second match in this from this particular part of the series. Just want to put out a tweet to tell everybody that we are live for this. There's a couple of things that I just want to tell you about how this is going to go. So first and foremost, I'm going to be reading you out some facts, talking to you about different things with regards to the Pink ODI. I'm going to read out to you what this is all about and what it means for South African cricket. There was a press release that was released to us to give us a little bit better of an understanding of what the Pink ODI is all about. So I'm going to start off by reading that out to you guys so that you guys do feel it. And then I'm going to be playing you a particular exclusive interview with the president of Rock Nation. It was my exclusive interview with him. It will be uploaded to the channel after I'm done with this live. I will upload it to the channel for you guys to rewatch it and go back to it. But I'm going to be playing it exclusively live on this particular show to you guys that are supporting me and have been here live for me. So let's start off by just giving you guys some insight into the Pink ODI and what it's all about and why it's so important to South Africa and why it's been so important to South Africa for so long. So first and foremost, another iconic chapter is set to be added to a remarkable legacy story of the Betway Pink ODI when the Proteas take on the Netherlands at the DP World Wanderers Stadium on 2nd of April, which is tomorrow, guys. The Pink ODI has always been a flagship fixture on the South African cricket calendar, and this year promises to be one of the most memorable occasions in 11-year history of the worthy event. On Sunday, the Proteas will once again pitch up in pink, and all supporters are encouraged to do the same in support of breast cancer awareness, education, early detection, treatment, and research. This year also makes the 6th anniversary of the Charlotte Maclay Hospital Breast Care Unit, benefiting from the proceeds of this remarkable sporting event. Through the now entrenched Be Part of It and Pledge Pink campaign, cancer patients have been able to obtain specialist treatment and care, regardless of geographical location or socioeconomic status. The hospital, which is one of the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere, has over 1,000 beds and on an annual basis treats more than 200,000 patients. The breast care unit, run by a team of dedicated specialist nurses, specifically sees up to 350 women with a newly diagnosed breast cancer every year and provides service to even district hospitals from Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Limpopo to even further afield. The Betway Pink ODI has always sought to extend a hand up to uplift those who have been affected by this devastating disease. And since the inception of this multifaceted fixture in 2013, over 7 million rand has been raised from sponsors, fans, Cricket South Africa, and the players themselves in support of breast cancer. For cricket fans, South Africa and abroad, the Pink Day has become one of the most popular and well-attended sports features in the country, and this year promises to be no different. In fact, celebration of this special occasion recognizes the power of the human spirit. CSA will be activating a host of new matchday experiences that will offer world-class entertainment to spectators, including a unique halftime show. Looking ahead of Sunday's occasion, Proteas ODI captain Temba Bavuma said it was certainly a day that holds special place in our hearts. As a team, we will be pitching up in pink, and every player will be mindful of the fact that we are playing for more than just cricket result. The Pink ODI is a special occasion as we support raising awareness for an incredible cause that aids in both treatment and care for a disease that affects so many people. This is one of the most meaningful legacy projects in South African cricket, and we cannot wait to play our part in front of what I'm sure will be a massive crowd of supporters who have all pitched up in pink. These sentiments were echoed by CSA Chief Executive Paletsi Moseke as he looked ahead to Sunday's spectacle. The Betway Pink ODI serves as a rallying cry to all cricket loving communities to open their hearts and give generously to a notable cause. It's a day where we can celebrate the incredible work of Charlotte McKay, Johannesburg Academy Hospital, as well as recognizing survivors at the same time that we fondly remember those who have lost their lives to cancer. Dressing up in pink has become so synonymous with this cause, and we encourage people from all walks of life to make the presence felt as we aim to elevate the legacy of the iconic event to new heights. Besides the percentage of gate takings going towards the Pink ODI Fund, fans can also support this initiative by dressing up in pink at their homes, posting pictures to the various social media platforms, pledging pink, and donating to the designated QR code. So I'm going to show you the QR code right now. I'm not sure if it will go through this screen, but here's the QR code for you guys if you want to donate to this magnificent cause. I hope that that works out for you guys. So from that perspective, an excellent cause for South Africa, an excellent cause for cricket. But let's talk about the cricket itself now before I play my exclusive with Michael Yormark. Before we get going, there's something that I want to show you is our record in T20 cricket. Now, that's spoken about. I'm sorry, not a record in T20 cricket in the Pink ODI. That's something that we need to speak about as well. I think it's something that's worth sharing. Let's exit this. I don't want to show that Betway stuff on my channel. So let's just show you quickly what it's all about, what our record is so far. Now, remember, this doesn't have that game that we lost against Bangladesh. So over here it shows March 2013, Pakistan, SA won. SA won all these matches except Pakistan, and then England won 2020 as well. And then, yeah, South Africa has won the rest, and then England won, and then I think we won the last one against, I think it was Bangladesh that we played. So that's our record in Pink ODI matches. I'm hoping that we will obviously get an opportunity. Obviously, you know that this Pink Day has been remembered forever for this particular performance. David de Villiers' record in pink. I mean, we know about that. He was phenomenal in that particular match. He set the record. I mean, South Africa scored 450 runs in 6 games, an average of 11.25. They say 112.5, including 2 centuries and 2 half centuries. That's AB's record in a Pink Day jersey, which was phenomenal. He was exceptional in pink. And these are all his scores. I mean, including that 149 or 44 balls. So AB de Villiers was one of the biggest, one of the best performers in peak. So who's going to take up the mantle? Who's going to be the next star that is going to really take us to the next level? Okay, so let me answer some of your questions. There's also some extra things that I can read out to you. Did you know 28 South African women will develop breast cancer during their lifetime? Did you know there is one male diagnosed with breast cancer for over every 100 female patients? Did you know just 2 in 5 people are confident they know the early signs of breast cancer? So those are all very important things that we can speak about when it comes to breast cancer and breast cancer awareness. So let's get into the team discussions. Let's get into the cricket discussions. What do you guys have to say over here? Let me see, Sam. Haters, I request from you that please stop commenting on Aiden Malcolm. He's one of the best batsmen in SA. We all, even world, is known. I don't think we should hate any cricketer. I think that we should support them. When they do perform badly, we can criticize them and talk about how they are maybe are not doing well and what they're doing wrong. But I like to keep things respectful on this channel. I don't want to go for players and say that they're rubbish. I'd rather talk about what they're doing wrong. So, for example, if I do mention someone, and I want you guys to know this, if I do mention someone on the channel and I say, for example, I criticize him, it doesn't mean that I want him to be dropped or left out of the team. It takes a lot for me to say that a player should be dropped. It takes a hell of a lot for me to say that. I prefer to give players chances than to just drop them willy-nilly. Aiden should be vice captain, CSA in ODIs. I agree with you there. Khalid, will you take Aiden Markram on the show? I was supposed to bring him on. I have contacted him. Um, I was in contact with him. I was supposed to bring him on, but he wasn't available, especially when he was selected as captain for the T20s. It's very difficult to get hold of him now. I will try my best to ask again whether I can bring him on again on the show. I'll see his availability, but he goes straight to the IPL afterwards. So most likely the best opportunity for me to have a proper sit down with Aiden Markham would be probably after the IPL. But I'll try my best and put in a request and see if I can get an opportunity to talk to him. Khalid, why could not selected for the Netherlands? Because I don't think that Rob Walter thinks that he's one of the best bowlers from with regards to the format. He's just started. I don't think he's seen enough of Gerald Coetzee to say that he's one of the best bowlers that we have to offer. I think that he thinks that our bowling attack is fine how it is. I think in Test cricket, the why they picked Gerald is a lot to do with also the pace that he bowls at. And I think Shukri wanted extreme pace in the Test arena. But in ODIs as well, you need skill. You need variations. And I don't think they think that Gerald has enough variations and skills yet in the ODI arena. This is just my opinion and my assessment of the matter. I think if he was good enough, if they thought that he was good enough already to take that to go into a World Cup and be a starter, they would have picked him. Will Du Plessis come back before the World Cup? Before the 2023 World Cup, or are you talking about T20 cricket? Because I don't think they're thinking about him in ODI cricket. From the press conference that we had from Rob Walter, they asked Rob this question about Faf, and he did say that they are in conversations with Faf and they're in conversations with other players and in conversations with the DOC and many other factors on I think Saka would probably be involved with this discussion as well, to try and create something called like a freelance player, so for specific formats. And I think it will be most likely more for T20 cricket than anything else. And I think they're also going to be venturing into multi-contracts, so Test cricket, ODI cricket, T20 cricket, and then multi-format. So you will have your Test and ODI, or ODI and T20, or maybe even T20 and ODI. I said that already. Or then maybe only in the individual format alone. So they are considering these things and talking about that. Riley Rousseau in ODIs? I don't think so. I mean, he barely plays 50 over cricket at the moment, so I don't think so. Same 11 should play. Any change in 11 would be wrong. Um, yeah, I agree with you. The only consideration I'd make is most likely dependable on conditions. So, for example, maybe they could perhaps drop KG if they think that maybe someone like Lungi can do a better job on the Wanderers, because KG hasn't been at his best. Or they could drop the Braves because of Bjorn and being his own ground and dependable on the conditions. If the condition doesn't offer much turn, Shamsi could probably go for a lot of runs on a wicket like that with small boundaries. So they will have to pick the players that according to the conditions. But I do agree with you and how you say that it shouldn't change the 11 because they did win convincingly. I mean, I'm not going to answer this question again. I've answered the question so many times on the channel. I don't feel like answering it again. Khalid, how's the weather for tomorrow at the Wanderers? Let's have a look together. Um, let's have a look together. Um, weather Wanderers. Um, I'm being very basic here because the more information I put in. Cool. So according to the weather reports, Sunday seems to be 14, 13 in the morning, that doesn't matter. 11, 22, 21, 20, 17. It doesn't seem like there's any, it's 20% precipitation for this day. There's like a 5, 7, 6, 5, 10% chance, 12% chance of rain. But like I told you guys before, um, you never know in the high felt. All of a sudden, what can happen is it will rain out of nowhere or thunder out of nowhere. So I can't tell you whether it's going to be. We can't base it only on the weather report alone. We saw what happened at Benoni. There was over 80% chance of rain and 60, 70% chance of rain, I think it was. 40% in some cases and 80% in others. And yet it didn't rain at all. There was just dark clouds and no rain. So we never know with the Wanderers. But according to the weather report, it looks quite decent. And it doesn't look like it's going to be very hot either, with a high of 21, 22 degrees. Ngiri should be in for KG, says Chatan Hans. That's something that I can see. Dick says Quinny. Quinny should be dropped, or what is your take on that? I don't know what you mean by just saying Quinny. Kuchia should be in place of KG. He needs rest. Kuchia is not in the squad, bro. So that's not what's happening at the moment. If Ireland win 3-0, then points will be same. Net run rate will decide then. Yes, that's exactly what's going to be happening. So here's the table for you guys to see. South Africa currently in ninth. If they win, they're in eighth. And they overtake the West Indies. But if Ireland beat Bangladesh 3-0, South Africa is in trouble. But it will have to do with net run rate in the end. So, yeah, that's the stats for you guys if you want to see that. Khalid, what will happen when SA win tomorrow's match? I've explained that now. Then we go into eighth place, but we would have to rely on Bangladesh to beat Ireland at least once in the three-match series. Issues should call up Ethan Bosch, Brevis in T20 and ODIs. We're not talking about who should be called up and who shouldn't be called up right now because the squads have been announced and already we know who the squads are. So there's no point in talking about that. I think before series we can talk about things like that, but during a series it's pointless. Jerukasia is raw. He can be exposed in ODI on flat pitches. In 2 to 3 years, he will be groomed. It's a very bad choice of words, but okay. Khalid, does CSA take West Indies lightly in T20s? The way bowlers bowled wide, no balls, leg side balls. I don't think they took them lightly at all. I just thought that they thought that that would be the best plan for the West Indies because the West Indies, anything in the slot, anything short, they punish and into the boundary, especially on those particular wickets with smaller boundaries, light air, thin air, all of those type of things play a massive part in the game. So I think they went with wider Yorkers and tried to execute it, but the execution was poor. If they executed every single wide delivery well, then we wouldn't be sitting here saying that they're taking them lightly. KG pace decrease now. He already clocks over 140. I think that's got a lot to do with rest and just being able to just rest, yes, and to recuperate. That's the word I was looking for. Khalid, have you been to Witwatersrand. I don't think I have been to Witwatersrand. It's a weird question. I think Brewer should be given a call up, just like Harry Brooks not playing 11, but at least in the squad. Maybe in one of the future 11s, yes. Farid Quinny has been getting some unnecessary hate since he announced his retirement from Test, despite of him giving match-winning performances in white ball cricket. There hasn't been many of the white. I mean, let's be talk factually here. There hasn't been many performances in white ball cricket that was match-winning, particularly in the T20 arena. Um, and I don't think that the people are criticizing him as badly, but when it comes to World Cups, Quinny hasn't been the best. He hasn't shown the same type of energy that he shows when he plays in normal series. So there is an understandable amount of criticism, but players are allowed to be criticized, not dehumanized, but criticized. So I mean, fair criticism is okay. I would, I mean, for me, I would like to see Quinny play a match-winning knock tomorrow. That would really give, I think, the fans also some more hope because it's Quinny hasn't necessarily been in consistent form um, over a long period of time. I think that he also the fact that they've been chopping and changing his opening partners over the years hasn't really helped him for that solidity. Solidity. Who's GT? Oh, GT looks complete. Miller will further enhance them strength wise. Yes. Um, I'm really excited about Aiden captaincy in IPL SRH. I'm Indian. I love Aiden Markman batting. We know you love Aiden Markman. Is Janaman Malan in the scheme of things? I think Janaman Malan is on the, how can I say, on the fringes, you could say. But he, unfortunately, he didn't put on the performances in domestic cricket in any format last season. He wasn't good at all in all formats. I mean, even JSK dropped him from the side. So he's going to need to. It was one of those seasons for him. I mean, every player has those tips. I mean, guys, go look at a lot of the players when they play domestic cricket. Not all of them were successful every single season. I think we get a little bit. We have short-term memory loss a little bit, or maybe we're blind to these things. But go look back at players' careers in domestic cricket. Go look back at it and go see how many seasons consistently every season do they put on runs across formats, and you'll see there's dips. And Yanamans is going through a dip right now. There was 2 seasons, 3 seasons in a row where he was fantastic, and last season was just a terrible season for him. He didn't look comfortable. He didn't look comfortable at the crease and confident. He's just going to need to revive that and play and have a better season next season, and he'll be back in the mix. Why did Stubbs get released from the squad? He should be backed because of after Miller retirement. We need someone like Stubbs to fulfill his place. I think perhaps because it's a Super League game, I think they needed to pick a 15. I'm not 100% sure that's true, but that would make sense to me. And that's why they probably released some of the other players from the squad. Will any spinner other than Shamsi and Fortain be tried before 2023 World Cup? I hope so. And I don't think between the 2023 World Cup. I think it's between Keshaf, Shamsi, and Bjorn Fortain at the moment. There could possibly be conversations with George Linder currently. I don't know. I haven't had the opportunity to ask Rob Walter that question. Feeling sad for Yanaman, says Tex. CSA really needed a world class spinner. No any leg spinner in SA, such a shame. I mean, Shamsi, I don't know why there's so much hate for Shamsi. Shamsi has been in the rankings as a spinner for a very long time in the top 10. So I don't understand what the hate is for him. Khalid, why is CSA not making batting coach like Hashim Amla? Because they picked JP Dumini as the batting coach. Um, you can't have an issue with every little thing that CSA does, bro. You also need to be. Is there anything positive that you can say about CSA? Okay, so yeah, so we know that the game is going to be happening tomorrow. It kicks off at I think 10 o'clock. Let me check. Um, where is this now? Why is it not? Why would it show me yesterday's game? Let's go and check the schedule. Don't know why everything has to be so blooming slow. It is at, yes, at 10 a.m. at the Wanderers, the third ODI. So yeah, I urge all of you guys to obviously support and watch the game. Let me see if there's any more comments over here. So are you expecting Mahrez to come back before the 2023 World Cup? I am not. I think that's a long injury, in my opinion. Khalid, bring Yanaman on the show. Okay, I'll try to do that. I'll message Yanaman and I'll ask him if he wants to come on the show. That's a good idea, actually. Thank you, Dex. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys now with a exclusive interview that I did um, with the president of Rock Nation. I don't know if you guys know what Rock Nation is, but Rock Nation is a company owned by Jay-Z. So it was a massive interview for me. It was a massive interview for me to just show our progress, guys, as a publication. I was pretty proud of the fact that I could get this interview. So I'm gonna play you guys an interview with him right now. Let me just pause quickly. Yeah, so I'm gonna play you guys an interview with him right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. Look here, it does give you some insight also into him as a person. It also gives you insights not only about the Pink ODI, so you'll get to know everything that you need to know about him. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. It was a big step for me to get something like this done. I mean, he's massive. Rock Nation has the likes of Sia Kulisi, who's our World Cup winning captain. Lungingiri is part of it, but also internationally, DJ Khalid. They've got the likes of Lukaku, if you watch football, De Bruyne, also part of Rock Nation. I mean, it's Jay-Z's company, and some other musicians as well are part of it. So it's a very big company, very impressive. So I did an exclusive with him. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to play it for you right now. So, hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. I'm honored to bring a special guest on the channel today, the president of Rock Nation, Michael Yormark. I mean, I'm really excited to speak to him. When I heard I got this opportunity to speak to him, I was really excited. Welcome to the show, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm doing terrific. I'm here in London. I wish I was in South Africa right now. It's become literally my home away from home. But unfortunately, I'm underneath the gray skies of London, and but I will be back in South Africa very soon. I'm usually there every month of the year. I have not been there this month, but I look forward to being there in April.
So usually when I bring on a new guest on the show, I like to get to know them a little bit better. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions first and foremost. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and your role at Rock Nation?
So I'm the president of Rock Nation Sports International. I started our international division in September of 2019 after working in New York, our corporate headquarters, for 5 years. So I've been with Rock Nation for actually a little over 9 years now. We, as you know, are a full service sports and entertainment company. A company that really focuses on managing the careers of artists and athletes all over the world. I think our unique value proposition as it relates to managing celebrities is not only managing them to support their ambition, whether it's in music or sport, but also to help them off the stage and off the field, right?
Yeah.
How do they leverage their success to plan for their long-term future? That truly is the value proposition that Rock Nation brings to our clients. And as I said, I've been at Rock Nation for 9 years doing that. You said you wanted to know a little bit more about me. Although I live in London, my family lives in South Florida, in northern Miami Beach, where my wife and my 17-year-old daughter Sophia live. I'm actually heading to South Florida this weekend for just a couple of days, a quick visit to see my family. My hobbies are pretty simple. I guess I would consider myself a workaholic. My clients really consume my life 24/7, but I always find time for my fitness, because health, wellness, and fitness is a big part of who I am. And I think when you're around celebrities, specifically athletes, it's important to stay in shape, right? To bring high energy to every conversation. And so having good health and good fitness helps me hopefully inspire and motivate the clients that I'm around all the time.
Now, it's well documented that you have done some amazing work in South Africa. And can you tell me a little bit more about that and why Rock Nation decided to be involved with this amazing country?
So, as it's been documented, it really all started with Sia Khaleesi. When I moved to London in September of 2019, I was exposed to rugby for the very first time during the World Cup that, as you know, took place in Japan. And I didn't watch any of the World Cup except the finals, because it was against England. And after the match, which didn't turn out to be much of a match because the Box dominated, I saw for the very first time this incredible human being lift the Webb Ellis Trophy and talk about the significance of that moment for his country and what that victory meant to his country. And he talked a lot about it. If we work together, we can accomplish great things. And I must tell you that listening to Sia, it was very inspirational. It was very motivational. And I was sitting next to one of my owners of Rock Nation at the time here in London. And I said, you know what? That individual, that very special individual, needs to be part of our family. And we need to tell his story to the world, not just to South Africa, but to the world. And that's where it all started. Through our relationship with Sia, I had the opportunity to visit South Africa before COVID. I've since been to South Africa 39 times since December of 2019. So I spent a lot of time there. And as I was educated more and more on the sports landscape in South Africa, I realized that not only could we support Sia Khaleesi, that we could support other athletes, we could support other sports organizations, and quite frankly, help them tell their story, help represent them in their careers, but help tell their stories. And specifically when it comes to athletes, give them a voice, give them a platform so that their voice could be heard. And I must tell you, it's been one of the most fascinating and rewarding experiences of my career to date.
That's incredible. Now, we are primarily a cricket channel, so it's about the fans, for the fans. That's what we do. So please tell me more about Rock Nation's involvement in cricket and what Rock Nation's plans are with regarding to the sport.
So listen, as you know, we have a relationship with Cricket South Africa, which is a really special one. And they've done some incredible work, over the last 18 months, just incredible. And, one of the big events that they do each and every year, which has become one of the biggest sporting events in South Africa and one of the most meaningful sporting events, is Pink Day. And this year it's sponsored by, Betway. It's the Betway Pink Day. And it's to raise awareness around breast cancer. And so we've been working very, very closely with them to make sure that this year's Pink Day, Betway Pink Day, is the best one yet. And I will tell you, for Rock Nation, we've been honored to be a part of this, because this horrible disease impacts so many families in so many different ways. And one of the things that's really important about Pink Day is the education and making sure that people understand the risks, the progress that's been made, but also the importance of early identification. And so for people that are attending Pink Day this coming Sunday on April 2nd, not only will they be treated to great cricket, but the theme around this cricket match in support of, breast cancer awareness will also be an educational experience so that people understand the disease a little bit more. They understand what's important about early detection. They know what the risks are, but also as important, they know what the progress has been made over the last decade. It's amazing to think about how much money and the resources that Pink Day has generated, over the last, 10, 11 years. I think this is the 11th year of Pink Day. If my numbers are accurate, over 7 million rand has been raised for breast cancer. And most of those funds, at least over the last 6 years, have gone to the CMH hospital in South Africa. And so much good has been done, by Pink Day. And again, it's not just the match. It's the theme that's probably even more important. And it's become one of the most important sporting events in all of South Africa.
It's 100% true. I've been to a couple of Pink Day matches as a journalist covering those events. It's an amazing experience as well for the fans as well. So I just want to ask you from your team's perspective, do you have anything planned for the match day experience or from a content perspective surrounding the day itself?
Sure. I mean, listen, I think great entertainment. Day, there's not going to be any rain. It's going to be about 20 for Pink Day on Sunday, and it's going to be a dry day. There's not going to be any rain. It's going to be about 23, 24 degrees. So it's going to be great weather, great entertainment, great cause, watching a great team play against an opponent. So what more could you want?
Exactly, guys. You heard it here. Please go get your tickets. You know that the Proteas will be also sporting pink as well. So you guys need to also sport pink. I mean, this is not only about the cricket as well. We also want supporters to be encouraged to do the same by wearing the pink in support of breast cancer awareness, education, early detection, treatment, and research. Michael, thanks a lot for coming and doing this interview with me. I really, really enjoyed it and getting to know you better and a little bit more about this cause. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. And for all your listeners, have a great day on Sunday. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, guys. So that was my interview with Michael. Really enjoyed actually talking to him. It was very insightful to get to know him and actually speak to him. I will be uploading this particular interview to the YouTube channel afterwards if you guys want to go back and watch it as well. It was a little bit extra views as well, and also it will help me with monetization. So please go ahead and support that and smash the like button on the video when I do so. So, as we know, the Pink Day will be happening tomorrow at 10. It's going to be an amazing clash. It's a crucial match. I've explained all the permutations of the match. I told you I want to be in my starting 11. So, I'm going to leave you guys with that. So, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos as well. Also, what I want you guys to please do is download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. You can also help us grow and promote South African cricket by becoming a patron today. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Smash the like button, comment, and share. And go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular daily updates. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow after the game day's play or after the game itself. See you guys all again and enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out.